Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you guys very much for being here. Bilko, Gimmon, welcome guys. Sixes, what happened to the Pally is that the Pally is retired. Yeah, he never died, but he is retired. Thank you guys for being here. We are going to do a little fishing. Not by selling the fishing rod, though. Whitney, good afternoon. Thanks for being here. Jackie, good afternoon. I'm glad you're liking the DK. Yeah, I'm having fun on the DK as well. I haven't played one, really. Not very extensively. I tried to play one back in Shadowlands for a minute. I tried to do, like, the, not the campaign path, but the Threads of Fate leveling. And, like, the Threads of Fate leveling was awful, so I didn't get to play the Death Knight. What level did I retire him at? 47. Yeah, he got to the ripe old level of 47. And he was, he's on Mankrik cluster now. I transferred him off. Dante, good afternoon, man. Thanks for being here. I think today, like, inevitably, we're going to go down into Duskwood, and we're going to start doing some things over that way. I think we'll actually fly to Sentinel Hill, and we'll approach Duskwood from the west. A lot of the quests we have to pick up that are lower level are on the western side. After playing in some of, like, the old world zones and retail after the lighting changed and stuff like that, I'm kind of worried about how, like, Cataclysm is going to look when it comes out. Like, when we get Cataclysm Classic, if they don't work back, like, the lighting changes and the extended view distance, it might be a little weird looking after playing those zones in retail. Gimmon, I'm going to do SFK tomorrow. Alex and I are going to do some SFK if he's still able to. Saturday. Alex, don't get too rusty. I appreciate you not getting your paladin killed, though. I do appreciate that. Chase, good afternoon, man. Hey, Chase, I don't know, like, what level your mage is at and stuff, but we're planning an SFK run for tomorrow. I don't know if you've already done it or if you have time on Saturday. That's how I felt about my Pally, and he did live. You know, he never died. So yeah, Pallies are pretty unkillable, it turns out. Yeah, SFK tomorrow. Yep. And sometime after that, Stockades and Black Fathom Deeps. Yep, awesome. Well, come tomorrow to the stream, and we'll do it. It's gonna. We won't bring any other clothies though. We'll try to look for some non-clothies to fill out the rest of the DPS, like a rogue, a hunter, something like that. I guess is what we're looking for. A rogue and a hunter, basically. A DPS that doesn't wear cloth. Okay, rogue hunter. Because otherwise, it's gonna be 3 mages. You know. I don't think anybody wants that. Maybe I'll have to look specifically for classes. Maybe I'll just flat out spam looking for hunter and rogue for SFK run. I'm sure a hunter will take the robes of Aragorn anyway, because everything's hunter gear, so... Heavy, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate you popping in on your break. That's awesome. I hope the rest of your day goes well. Is it Menethil Harbor or is it Booty Bay where we train the next rank of fishing? Because we're going to be capped out after today, I think. Either way, the good thing is we have the Booty Bay flight point now, so we can easily travel there to do the training if we have to. It is Booty Bay? Awesome. That's perfect. Yeah, as long as we don't get a ninja in the group, that's fine. The thing is, though, like, going forward, like, I'm gonna try to make sure that if we get a ninja, that they either leave the group, or something unfortunate happens to them. It's gonna be one or the other. I'm gonna have a zero tolerance policy for ninjas. Ashenvale for cooking. Oh wow. They like to put those in like kind of out of the way places. The cooking is kind of at a standstill right now. Yeah, I have to get the other fishing recipes and get onto that because yeah, without that we're kind of at a standstill. I haven't been focusing as much on cooking as I probably should. Exactly, Alex. You just basically expect to get nothing from a run. It'll be better in the official hardcore. You know, we do it one day, nothing drops, we can do it again the next day. Just a better chance of getting anything. Yeah, and now that we're, you know, now that we have the flight point for Menethil, or when we get the flight point for Menethil, then we'll be good. Because then we'll just be able to take the boat over to Darnassus. We're going to get the flight points tomorrow when we do the run to SFK. Because we're going to have to make the run through Arathi Highlands. Which is probably going to be a little bit scary. There are like level 32, 35, 36 raptors and spiders basically all over the place in Arathi Highlands. I feel like even if you take the roads, it's not exactly safe. But yeah, I'm hoping to get all the flight points then. That'll make travel around the world a little bit easier. So places like Ashenvale won't feel as daunting to get to. I'm still going to be scared about it. In retrospect, the swim down to Booty Bay was probably safer, you know, and I thought the swim was going to get me killed. Monica, good afternoon. Thanks for being here. Zephyr, have I finished my BG3 playthrough? Are you asking, like, did I beat the game or have I stopped playing it? Neither of those. I haven't beat it yet. I'm still pretty early, I think. And I haven't stopped playing it. But I think I'm going to do the uploads every other day, because doing them every day is kind of like destroying my metrics on my other videos. So yeah, it's still going. It's probably going to be forever until I beat it, you know. I feel like the average campaign is going to be like 80 hours. And that's probably not going to be like doing everything. It's probably going to be like 80 hours for like the straight path. Third Coast Mermaid, good afternoon. Happy Friday. Steven, good afternoon, man. I'm glad you're digging the DK. I'm having fun on it. I don't understand the pet. I thought that Unholy got like a permanent ghoul pet, but our pet doesn't seem to be permanent. At the same time, he pops up randomly and hangs out for a long time. Other times, he's mysteriously not existent. And so I haven't quite figured out the pet. But I'm really digging like the animations and stuff. And so far from what I've been reading in the Talons, it's going to be pretty powerful. I'm looking forward to it. I did a Light Forge because I didn't want to do the old DK starting experience because I think it's awful. So I had to do an allied race. Light Forge is obviously like a big contradiction, but I like it. Mendy, happy Friday. Yeah, I thought so. I don't think I'm getting him killed, but the thing is, I don't have a button to summon him back. I have a cooldown that pulls him out, but when I use that cooldown button, it's like he's out for only a short period of time. So I just reduced the cooldown on that ability from 2 minutes to 30 seconds, so now I can summon him out a lot more. But sometimes he comes out and stays, and sometimes he comes out like how you summon like a fire elemental and it counts down until they go away and he goes away. So it's like, it's weird. I don't know. I should probably just do some reading about it. Because I have no idea. It doesn't seem to like affect me too much right now when he's not around, as far as like killing stuff. And I don't really want to put too much of my power into a pet. I honestly kind of forgot that Unholy was sort of a pet class. I say sort of. Yeah, that's true, Alex. I tend to just stand on the dock and, like, cast over and over again. But I probably should be looking for, like, the little pools. It would be nice if, like, mining and herbalism, if you could track them and they would pop up, like, a little bit ahead of where you're at, so you can kind of scout for them. Harambe, happy Friday, man. Thanks for being here. Yeah, it focuses on pet damage. I feel like one side of the tree is going to focus heavily on, like, spreading dots around. And I like that part of the spec a lot. The part about, like, having the different diseases and spreading them about to, like, more and more enemies. That path sounds really cool. Yeah, I never know how I feel about dumping a lot of power into my pet. So, yeah, we'll do Unholy for a while. But I might check out Frost. I'd like to be able to do two-handed weapon Frost. But I don't know if that's still a thing that they have. I don't really like my plate wearers to dual wield. It's why I don't gravitate towards Fury. For some reason, to me, like, wearing plate and dual wielding one-handers don't really go well together. I don't know why. So I prefer to keep him with a two-hander. Yeah, Steven, I did that today. Yep, I did. I went back and I got that enchant on the weapon now. Zephyr, you'd probably have to do some like intensive Wikipedia reading to learn that. I think the Forgotten Realms world has been through like many different eras and many different versions of it. I remember in 4th edition, Forgotten Realms was like a lacking magic, like something had happened to magic, so there wasn't a lot of magic to be used in the Forgotten Realms in 4.0. But I don't know anything about it either in 5.0, which is the version that they're basically running everything off of. Yeah, I don't know a lot about D&D, and that definitely affects your ability to like understand a lot of what's going on in the game, as far as like ability mechanics and stuff like that. Like coming into somebody who's wholly unfamiliar with like how Dungeons & Dragons actually plays out, and not playing a lot of CRPGs at all, is like a really rough way to enter into BG3. Harambe, will you be safe? Not if you're on hardcore. Like, no, if you're talking about like doing that run on hardcore at level 20, level 20 you might be okay. Yeah. What do you guys think? The Wetlands run at level 20. Yeah, you'd probably be fine. If you're a priest especially, you could just bubble. Okay, yeah, I think level 20 is fine. I think the gators and stuff, the gators that hang out on the side of the wetlands, on the side of the road, they're like level 21, maybe 22. I feel like 20 is pretty safe. But keep in mind, like, yeah, you can go to Westfall. You'll have mostly green stuff. You'll have missed out on some of the beginning parts of the zone, but you should have access to a lot of it. You'll want to do the Defias Brotherhood quest chain, even if it's gray at first, to like get into that. Yeah, bubble renew. Yeah, I think you'll be fine. You probably would have been like safe to make it at like level 18. You know, I feel like 18, 19, 17 maybe on a priest, you'd probably be okay, just because you can bubble. Just because you can heal up, you know? Zephyr, I'm sure if you tried to, like, I'm sure if someone tried to lay it all out, like, all the lore, all the stories that have been told, it'd probably be a hot mess. I think, like, you have to think, like, Forgotten Realms is, like, kind of a setting. Like, I don't know how they handle, like, persistence of history or persistence of in-world characters in D&D. Because ultimately, a lot of times, it's just a setting for your party to have an adventure in. So, like, there's some common themes probably, but yeah, I don't know. And then, of course, like, I don't know if BG, like, if Baldur's Gate, I don't know if that actually, like, mirrors any written history from the D&D lore books or not. So I'm a D&D noob. I played a little bit of 3.5 back in the day. I played a little bit of 4.0, but besides that, like, not anything in the past, like, 15 years. And I don't think it's necessary to like have a deep understanding of the setting necessarily to enjoy BG3. I think you can learn about the setting and about the history like from the game at least a little bit. Dante, you still have the original D&D handbooks? That's cool. I have my 4th edition Dungeon Master Guide. I think it's on the shelf behind me. But that's it. I have that, and I actually have the Forgotten Realms campaign guide from 4.0. So yeah, I have the Forgotten Realms campaign guide still, and I have the Dungeon Master's Guide. I don't have my player book. I don't know what happened to it. But it got lost somewhere along the way. My favorite thing about D&D was almost always just reading the books, like reading through the Dungeon Master Guide, reading through the campaign setting, reading through the player guide. I always enjoyed reading the books more than actually playing the campaign. That was my thing with D&D. Is I really just enjoyed like perusing the books. But when it came time to play and actually roleplay my character, that was the part that I didn't really always get into. Tyler, you think the ability to keep it out all the time is somewhere in the Unholy Talent tree? Yeah, like, it could be. I just took a talent that took the summon down from 2-minute cooldown to a 30-second cooldown. So now I can keep him out all the time now. The weird thing is, sometimes he just stays out all on his own. When he stays out all on his own, he has a pet bar. Like, you'd expect a pet to have, like, an ability bar. He'll have that. When I summon him out with the cooldown, he doesn't get an ability bar. It's almost like it's a different thing. It's strange. I'm still really digging the class, but I don't know. What Funko Pop do I have behind me? I just have Cassian Andor. From Andor. From the Andor show. I really like the show and my wife got it for me. But that's the only one that I have. There's Boba Fett's Lego ship is back there too. Yeah, Zephyr, it was hard to get everybody like on the same page about like how to play. Like some of us were good storytellers, some of us were okay RPers, but like not everybody was everything they needed to be at all times to have like a fun and compelling. We had a couple of jokesters in the group that couldn't take it seriously, and like I take things less seriously when there are other people who are not taking it seriously. It's hard for me like to roleplay when there are just people who are not really able to do that well. Yeah. So it was always just kind of like, eh. I never had any like amazing experiences with D&D with my group, but we didn't have a great group, so. Well, we've been fishing for almost 30 minutes. We could probably move on to some actual questing. I want to go into Duskwood today, so we need to jump on a flight. And we're going to go over to Sentinel Hill. We're going to make the run from Sentinel Hill so we can talk to Jitters and go up to the north and talk to Sven. We need to get the spider kill quest from down along the road. So I think approaching from the west is going to be for the best. What am I going to do with them fish? Probably sell them, but I should be hanging on to them until I get the recipe to cook them. That's what I should be doing. But for right now, they're going to rot in my bags. Oh, I can make 18 of these. That might be a smart thing to do, to empty out the inventory a little bit. That's still going to get us some skill ups, apparently. Somehow WoW has the best fishing mechanics in any MMO ever. It's simple. Yeah, it's very simple. You know, you wait for it to shake and then you click it. It's probably the best way to do fishing because I don't think fishing should be something like super tedious. The fishing that was really hard to learn was like Stardew Valley fishing on a controller. Stardew Valley fishing on a controller was hard to like figure out, but once I figured it out, it was okay. Yeah, Stardew Valley on the controller though sucks because like on the mouse and keyboard like you can just click the things you want to do and you do them, but on the gamepad you have to put a lot more effort into like the facing of your character and stuff like that. Yeah, I would recommend like nobody play Stardew Valley on a gamepad. It's so much easier and more efficient to play it when you can click. We'll just make all these and then we'll sell them. We're not getting a lot of skill ups anymore. Did I watch Andor? Oh yeah, I watched the whole season. Yeah. Yep, it was good. The thing I like about Andor is that we know the ending. we know where the character ends. And I like that because it means that they'll probably be able to tell a coherent story that has a beginning, middle, and leads us to the end. It's not like some open-ended thing where they can do anything with it. They actually have an end to get to. So that's the good thing about Andor, and also kind of the bad thing about Andor. You know, I kind of flip back and forth between like, okay, it's a good thing that we know where this goes, and it's also kind of a bad thing that we know where it goes. But yeah, it's one of the few shows left that I'm still looking forward to checking out the next season. I've cut my ties with basically every other show. Yeah. Oh no, Cassian's in danger. I hope he doesn't die. Right. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like it's good and it's bad. And I wondered at first if I was even going to be able to watch the show. You know what I mean? I wondered at first, like I wondered how is this going to be interesting? What's going to compel me to continue to watch it? But yeah, but it is interesting. It's the most compelling Star Wars that exists right now. It gives you a side of the Empire and a side of like the galaxy from like a layman's perspective a lot of the time that you've never really seen before in any kind of Star Wars. For me, it's the best interpretation of the Star Wars universe on film or in cinema. Like better than the movies, better than The Mandalorian. Like I really appreciate its perspective. Belly Grub is a level 24 quest. Yeah, he's not easy to kill, Red Robin. You're not going to get me to go get killed on Belly Grub. Nice try, though. He's not easy to kill. He'll be like level 24 or 25, but he's tough. So yeah, I'm not going to go throw myself against Belly Grub as the first combat I do in the stream. That would be asking for death. Alex, you never watched any Star Wars? Snap. At this point, man, I'd say just stay away. If you got this far, I'd be like, yeah, it'd be hard to recommend you to watch anything at this point. Yeah. It'd be hard to tell you to watch any of it. Honestly. With like where it's gone and the things that have happened to the stories and characters along the way. And like the original trilogy's great for like a classical film, you know. Yeah, I'd say yeah, like maybe just let it go. What add-on am I using for key bindings? I'm not using any add-ons for key bindings. I have my F keys bound to my Logitech G600 mouse. So these buttons you see here, anything that's a function key, like I tap that on my mouse. It has 12 buttons on the side of it, 6 of them I can hit very easily. But that's all that's going on with my keybinds. I don't have any add-ons. Yeah, we don't have a ton of add-ons going. We have Immersion, we have Questie, we have Leatrix and Bagnon. But yeah. It's the G600 Logitech mouse add-on. It's a game changer for MMOs. If you don't have a 6-button mouse and you play MMOs, like you're doing yourself a disservice. If you play MMOs like this, where you have lots of abilities, you have to have a mouse with a bunch of easily pressed buttons right on the side of it. Yeah, the thing about Star Wars is like even the things that were good went bad. Like it's things that were good, they eventually are bad. So it's really hard to like. It's really hard to recommend. It's a tough recommend. Alright, let's make the run. Should we go up here first? Maybe we come up here, we go this way, then we have to come down and grab the spider quest. Chris, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Disney killed the franchise. Well, I mean, to be fair, George Lucas is kind of a buffoon. George Lucas himself didn't do the franchise any justice when we got the prequels. A lot of mistakes were made in the casting, filming, writing of the prequels. Yeah, and that was Georgie. That was way before Disney. Yeah, Star Wars took a bad turn right away, you know? It took a bad turn. As soon as we got movies that were outside of the original trilogy, like, they were never good. Phantom Menace was okay. Like, out of the prequels, like, I like Phantom Menace the most, because it still kind of felt like a Star Wars movie. And then the other ones just kind of got sillier and sillier. The same thing with the newer movies. Like, I kind of liked the first one. It was okay. It was way too fan servicey. When like every other line spoken by a character is some kind of fan service or nod to the original movies, that becomes too much. It becomes immersion breaking. But yeah, it's like the same thing. The prequels, the first one was okay. The new ones, the first one was okay. And then they just got, like, super bad from there on. George Lucas can't do story writing. Think of George Lucas like Activision Blizzard. Where it's like, they were able to craft this amazing world, this amazing universe with all this lore and story from the past and history and, like, magic systems and stuff like that. But then when it comes to, like, character writing and direct A-plot, B-plot story writing, not good. What really carried the original trilogy was just that, like, they look so good. Like, filmed on location, the actors did a really good job of all their roles. You could tell everyone was, like, really into it, like, put their soul into it. That's what made the first trilogy good. It wasn't necessarily that the story being told was, like, really great, or that the characters were really unique or amazing. They were all basic archetypal characters that the actors really made great. Dang, we took some hits. I should be fighting these guys. I kind of want to get down to these quests before I fight too much, but I guess I should be fighting. Yeah, maybe we should just be doing a better job of avoiding stuff. In-game music seems a little loud today. There we go. And that's why a lot of, like, the really good Star Wars stuff is not the movies, you know. It's like the universe is like a tapestry that you can kind of pull from, like, inspiration from to tell good stories. But the original stories were like, they were kind of like generic stories. Evil empire, young hero, daring pilot. You know, it was all very standard stuff. Okay, Jitters is done. I want to come down here and grab the spider kill quest also. Dakota, you missed the first 36 minutes. You missed 30 minutes of fishing and 6 minutes of running in the Duskwood. So you have literally missed nothing. And also, this is the most boring stream on YouTube. So, like, either way, you've missed nothing. I appreciate you being here, though. I knew I shouldn't have eaten anything. You should always eat all the things. Yeah. That would be my advice. If there are things to eat and you hunger, eat all the things. Yeah, the fishing is the most exciting part of my stream. And probably the highest quality the content gets around here. Sean, good afternoon, man. Alex, we got skinning to a point where we are able to skin most of what's going on in, like, Red Ridge and stuff. I'm hoping that translates to being able to skin the wolves here, but we'll find that out soon enough. Yeah, we leveled it just enough to get us going in Red Ridge. Meza, I appreciate that. That's a positive spin on it, yeah. I appreciate the positive spin. Yikes. 100 to 150. Well, yeah. Yeah, that figures. At this point, it's been hard for me to care a lot, you know? I mean, I'm still playing every day. I'm still playing every day, but, like, as you can see by the /2, like, not many people are playing. You know what I mean? Now, granted, it's a middle of the day on a Friday, but yeah, it's rough. Jesus. Oh, here we go. 10 people. Whoo! Oh, we got 10. Zephyr, I used to live in Kansas City. Yeah, we've been back in Michigan for the past, like, since around the pandemic. We came back during the pandemic to Michigan, which is where me and my wife are both from. But yeah, we spent about 8 years living in Kansas City, Missouri. And we didn't live in Kansas. We lived in Kansas City, Missouri, which is very different for many reasons. A lot of them tax related. Am I a Red Wings fan? I used to be when I lived here initially, but these days we watch football. I haven't gotten to watch a lot of hockey. I think I went to watch some hockey one season. It was probably years ago, but there was a player strike, and I was like, F these people. F anybody who makes a ton of money playing a game they love, who go on strike to make more money. And then yeah, I never went back to it. But yeah, I used to be, you know, Detroit used to be like hockey town back in the day because the Red Wings used to be really good. They won a couple of Stanley Cups in a handful of years. Red Robin, I don't live in California because I'm not a millionaire. Yeah, I couldn't afford to live in Cali. If I wanted to live in a shithole, I still couldn't afford it because, yeah, I don't have enough money to live in California. All right. Oh, hi. This is not where I want to be. No, no, no. We're not getting to that objective right now, guys. Big surprise. We're not getting to that objective right now. We got serious issues. Big issues. We're not going that way at all. It's not just a simple go grab the thing. It's a simple run into the area, get jumped by an assassin, and fireball to your face type of deal. That's what it is. Luckily, we got out of here. All right, I'm gonna focus up a bit. I think I'm just gonna run the town. I'm gonna turn in the jitters thing. We'll leave this alone until we're level 30, I guess. We'll turn in the jitters thing, pick up the follow-up, then we'll cut up here to the north, and we'll just kind of work our way back this way. That's probably the best thing. I can just stay on the road for now and maybe get killed by stitches. Yeah, it's fine. You can support it, man. We can have our different feelings about it. They make a shit ton of money playing a sports game that they supposedly love. I don't think with the way inequality is in first world countries, I think that you're kind of a piece of crap person. If getting paid a crap load of money to play a sport isn't enough for you, I think you need a fucking reality check. and I won't watch teams that do that kind of stuff. I don't support it. I think it's gross. Yeah. It's gross. That's all. You're already in the 1% of people who are like extremely wealthy, and you got to do that by playing a game you love. I think the best thing to do is just to be grateful, you know? To be grateful, to be giving, to be appreciative. I think that would be more important than eking out a couple more million or $200 more thousand a year or whatever the hell it is that they wanted. If they were being mistreated or like medical staff wasn't doing a good job by them or something like that, if it was about anything that wasn't about money, if it was about treatment, that would be different, but it's about money, so therefore it's not okay. It's not okay. Yeah. And you can have an opinion that it is, but that's just kind of how I feel. About inflation. Yeah. Well, tell that to people who aren't even making $15 an hour at McDonald's and have to work 40 hours a week to not be able to support themselves. It's like, I bet they wish they can go on strike for a couple $100,000 more a year. Because they don't even make $100,000 in their whole household. You know? I can't talk about social injustice this early in the stream, guys. It's gonna make for a miserable time. Yeah, exactly. Red Robin, I don't feel bad for someone making 200 times to 1,000 times what you make. Yeah, you can't feel bad for them. You can be like, oh, poor hockey players need more money. Oh. Yeah, it's crazy. We live in a crazy world. and the things that people are able to tell themselves that they deserve are sometimes ludicrous and like completely detached from reality. You know, they're able to actually tell themselves, I deserve $200 more thousand a year. Like, really? But do you need it? Really? Huh. Okay. Is this the real hardcore version? No. I guess the answer to that would be no. This is the fake hardcore version. Yeah, with the add-on. The real hardcore version doesn't come out until August 24th, so check out the channel then. We'll be playing the real hardcore. Should I grab anything else from this guy? I feel like I might be getting these by default, so let's grab that one too. If I'm killing wolves, I'll probably get that stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and set our Hearthstone here for the time being. Dustin, I'm glad you're liking the DK. A lot of people seem to like it. I'm very much enjoying it, so that's really cool. Okay, so let's just go north now. I don't think we need to pick up anything else. Maybe the Hermit, because we'll be out by Abercrombie. Yeah, let's grab this one. Everything else I think we want to wait on. The bronze tube. Let's check the vendor for the bronze tube. See if he has one. He does not have a bronze tube. Yeah. Big sadness. Yep, no bronze tube for us. That's okay. There's less and less people playing every single day. Yeah, every single day the server dies a little more. And eventually we'll be able to get the bronze tube. Yeah, I can't wait to just go to the auction house and buy one. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Soon, guys. Soon. It's, we're like 2 weeks out, right? We're a little bit less than 2 weeks. We got about 13 days. Yeah, Red Robin, we will do that quest eventually. Yeah, is the wand any good? I still don't know if it'll be better than the wand we have, though. The thing about the greater wand is it stays overpowered for a long time. So I'd love to get a wand upgrade, it just feels like it's too soon. Is the guild still gonna be Horde? I don't know. Guys, I wish I could just decide. But, oh, look at that. We got one that we can actually skin. Amazing. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I could probably just pull the trigger on either side and be fine with it. So I just haven't decided at all. I'm procrastinating with it. Yeah. Yeah, see, now we need 100. I don't like it. I don't like it. So anything level 20 or up, we're not going to be able to skin it. It's got to be level 19. I'm going to try to target some of the level 19 guys. We're at 96 skinning. So four more skill ups and we should be good. Kayla, happy Friday to you. Happy almost weekend. I keep thinking that it is like basically a weekend. My wife and son went up north today to her dad's place to spend the weekend there. So the house is empty. They were gonna leave in the afternoon, but I guess my wife finished all of her work like super early, and she was like, "We're taking off after lunch," and so they're gone. Yeah, I mean, usually Friday's like a half work day, you know. I think a lot of people treat it that way if they're in a position where they're able to. It's kind of like a half of a work day. Back in my office days, like, you know, the boss would always tell you to leave like middle of the day on Friday anyway. But I had good bosses, so there's that. If the priest dies before the 24th, will I have a poll in chat for the next class? Probably not. Unless I'm like super undecided. I don't know if the priest were to die if I would roll again on Bloodsail Buccaneers. I don't think there'd be a lot of point in it. I think I'm at that point too, where like a lot of people have been at this point for a while, and they just think like they don't have any time to make significant progress on a character, so they don't want to roll another character right now. If I were to die, I might just play some Wrath of the Lich King or something until official hardcore comes out. I don't know. On the one hand, like I don't really want my like reflexes to dull. On the other hand, I don't think I'd necessarily want to roll up another character here. Yep, that's kind of where I'm at. Oh god, Harambe, that sounds like the worst kind of Friday. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's not a half work day. How many characters have I made in my life? 7,346.2. Yep. Plus or minus 130 or so. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a lot. It's been more since hardcore. Yeah. It's a lot of deletions, yeah. The number has gone up drastically since hardcore. But even before that, sure. Billions, potentially billions of characters. Requires skinning 100. Skinning 100. Oh my god, these are all level 20. Ouch. Level 21 here. Well, that is really, really sad. I'm gonna have to obviously like go back to Red Ridge at some point and work on skinning if I want to actually skin things here. We need 3 more skill ups. We need 3 level 19 wolves, and then we'd be fine. We wouldn't have to go level it up in Red Ridge. Did this guy resist the Mind Blast and the Shadow Word Pain? He just resisted like everything I tried to open up with. That was rude of him. I don't like that. How dare he? Level 20 no less. I kind of wish for those patrols that they would sometimes encounter like a patrol from the other faction. Like sometimes I wish the Horde patrol and the like an Alliance patrol would meet, and you could see like the resultant battle and like kind of take part in it. That would be cool. I feel like anywhere there are patrols for like one faction, there should be patrols for another faction, and every once in a while they should be able to come across each other. I think that'd be really fun. There is. Yeah, well, yeah. In the Southern Barrens, there's they have the Alliance patrol. I feel like they should have like a Horde and Alliance patrol in any zone where there is a patrol. There should be one of each faction at least. The Jester, good afternoon, man. How's it going? Cadus, it's going well, man. How are you? Yeah, Zephyr, remember, the only cost of Classic is your subscription fee. So yeah, you can do the trial for retail, but the price of admission for Classic is just to have a sub, like an active sub. Yep. Okay, you're just getting back into hardcore? Ah, you should have waited 2 weeks, man. You should have waited 2 weeks. On the 24th, you'll want to just go on the official hardcore servers. But it's probably good to get a little bit of practice in before then, if you think like your hardcore skills are a little rusty. It's just that for most people, 2 weeks is not going to be a lot of time to make progress on these on the existing servers. We are seeing every day there are just less and less people here. People are getting killed off and they're not going again. Yeah, it's been almost a surreal experience to kind of watch the decline of these servers and to play on them through their decline, to have played on them when it was getting busy, to have played on them at their peak, and then to have had to watch like players just kind of bleed away until there's nobody left. It's been a strange one, yeah. It's probably just gonna get weirder and weirder as we approach the date. They're just gonna, eventually we're gonna be the only person questing here. It's just gonna be me. It'll be August 23rd, and I'll be the only one around. In 2 weeks I could get 3 characters killed, but I probably won't. Yeah, I think if I push this character, we probably get this character just maybe to level 40 before the 2 week. But I don't really have a strong desire to push that hard. I'm not like in a rush. But it's possible that we get close to 40 before official comes out. It's possible. If I don't do anything monumentally stupid. Which, you know, it's me, so it's like a 50-50. They should have been smart. They should have, like a couple weeks ago, they should have started up a JJ. That would have emptied these servers out really quick, I think. If they started up a Joyous Journeys buff, like right when they, like not right when they announced the, when they announced the date, yeah, when they announced the date, they should have also started a Joyous Journey buff for Wrath. That would have probably made these servers vacant a lot faster. I might have gone and done a Joyous Journey if they had done that at that point. A Joyous Journey is the experience buff that they give for Wrath of the Lich King. Every once in a while, when there's like a content drought, when like they're between patches in Wrath of the Lich King, they'll do what's called the Joyous Journeys experience buff. It's 50% faster leveling, so they use it as a way to get people to come back to the game between content drops and level up alts. You just level a lot faster, so it's a Joyous Journey, yeah, as opposed to being a long, arduous one. Yeah, that's what happened to me, Alex, is like they did the JJ last time and I just like, I wasn't into it at all because I was super into hardcore and we were doing the hardcore thing and I felt like more people were doing that than the Joyous Journey, but if they had done it for the 4 weeks leading up to the official hardcore launch, I think that would have been a good time for a lot of people. I think that, like, you know, that we had a 4-week notice. If they had done a 4-week Joyous Journey, I think that would have been a good time for a lot of people, yeah, who want to step away for a little bit, who didn't want to go again. It would have been a good time for me. I wouldn't have minded that. Hey, Harambe, don't feel bad, man. I played through TBC Classic, and it was so fast that I still feel like I missed out. By the time I settled on what class I wanted to play, and we got the Warrior to max level, we were doing some heroics to get the bold set. To eventually do Karistan, but like, yeah, no, I missed the boat too because what happened was they pushed Wrath out really fast. Because Shadowlands was in the toilet and they were like, oh my god, how do we make people not hate WoW again? And they're like, let's push out the most popular expansion that we've ever had. And yeah, so I played through BC and I still feel like I missed out, man. It was not okay what they did. It's not okay to do that when you can only relaunch something one time. Like, it's not okay. It was only 1 year, whereas like typically you have a 2-year expansion cycle. Alex, you got to play for 2 days in TBC. Yeah, man. That's how long I got to be at max level basically before I realized no one was doing heroics because no one cared about the gear anymore. Yep. Yeah, they did that wrong. They got pushed into it by like all the bad stuff that was going on. And they let themselves think that was the right thing to do for the game at the time, but it absolutely wasn't. We're at 99, 100. Now we can at least get the level 20 guys. how old was I when I started playing WoW? I started playing in 2004, and I'm gonna be 40 this year. 20? Yeah, I was like 20. I was not. I don't think I was yet 21. I might have been 19 or 20 when I started playing vanilla back in the day. Because I'm gonna be 40 in January. Yeah. The KYs, yeah, people can do a private server for TBC. I can't, because I couldn't make content with it. And that would be a big bummer, not to be able to stream it or make content with it. But it's good, I guess, for people that really want that option, that they have those places. But they're technically illegal, and so YouTube does not want me to make any content about them. Yeah, I'm gonna probably kill a bunch of these guys. We still need lean wolf flanks anyway, but I do want to level up the skinning a little bit. I'd like to get it to at least 110, so we can get the level 21 wolves as well. Alex, I wouldn't know either. You'd have to Google them, and then like I guess you have to take a risk and download a client from there. Like I don't know. It does seem risky, and I wouldn't even know how to go about it if I wanted to. You know, they could do for Classic kind of what I think the EverQuest, like, Fresh Start servers do, where, like, they launch it in the vanilla phase, and then they quickly release the expansions. Like, I think every 3 months, they pop out the next expansion or something. I don't know exactly how they do it. That would be interesting. You'd have to level up faster, I think, though. If they put out an expansion, like, every 3 or 4 months, and kind of pushed you through the whole content reel, like, from vanilla to BC to Wrath, and then reset. Like, that could be an idea for a fresh start, so people will get to play through those phases of the game. I don't know. It probably wouldn't work for WoW the way it works for EverQuest. Elisa, good afternoon. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Easy Gaming, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. Yeah, see, we need 105 for these guys. We're at, like, 103. I am loving the priest. I'm loving the priest so much. It's hard to contemplate like not turning back around and doing another priest on official. I don't think I want to do that, you know, because I do feel like that might be a little bit boring for you guys, and maybe even it would be boring for me to have to go through the same like first 30 levels again. But yeah, I'm really liking the priest a lot. It's definitely my favorite caster class yet. The mage is close, but I love being able to stand in melee on a caster and just like take the hits to the face and not have to worry about like keeping stuff at range, not have to worry about having my pet tank it off in the distance. I like just being able to go toe to toe with stuff, and as a caster only the priest can really do that. Yeah, will the hardcore add-on die? No, because people still will want to do solo self-found, but I think that they'll do those challenges over on the official servers. I think that the servers that we're on right now will die in the sense that like the people won't be doing hardcore here anymore. And part of that is the design intention. I think Blizzard really wanted to give these servers back to the RP communities because these are like the only classic RP servers. And I think that they wanted the RPers to have their realms back. It was part of the impetus for making the official hardcore realms. So yeah, I think you'll see people using the add-on there to do the solo self-found and do the other challenges. Especially for the achievement runs, because I don't think Blizzard is working in any kind of like in-game achievement for the achievement runs. You know, like the naked run or the no talents or stuff like that. I think people will still use the add-on. Felix, this stream was in your recommended? Well, that's rare. YouTube did me a solid there. Thanks for clicking and coming and checking the stream out. I appreciate you. Are we just failing or is my inventory full, guys? We're just failing. Oh, God. Yeah, we're just failing. In their version, no, it's not auto-delete. No. You get a choice. You can hang out as a ghost, or you can transfer your character to a non-hardcore realm, and you can continue your journey there. They're offering infinite free transfers off. So no, they don't delete. Your character will not get deleted unless you delete it. That's your choice. You can send it somewhere else, or you can let it hang out as a ghost. Yeah, you just won't have the ability to res. Yeah, resing will be impossible. You won't have the choice, you know. Like right now it's the honor system. But you won't be able to res. And we'll get to have a 24-hour lockout on the dungeons, as opposed to only being able to do the dungeon one time on a character. Which for me became like the most heinous rule of solo self-found. Only doing a dungeon one time on a character. It's probably the made-up rule that I hate the most. And I also always hated that we could not group up in the open world to do elite villages. Even though supposedly you're allowed to group to do things like the Dead Mines quest that don't take place in the instance. For some reason you're allowed to group up and go down and do those quests in the mine. But we're not allowed to do things like Pyrewood Village in a group. That part always bothered me as well. You lose out on so much experience and so many quests by not being able to group up to do the elite villages. There's life after death. The Shadowlands Classic. Yeah. All characters go immediately to the Shadowlands, where you can start farming your renown. Yeah. Get to that. You think I have an unspent talent point? You're probably right. I think like 80% of the time I'm playing, I usually have an unspent talent point. And in this case, you're absolutely right. Thank you. We're going to take the last point in Shadow Focus. And then we're grabbing Mind Flay to play with that a little bit. But we need to fight about 1 million more spiders, apparently. You'll appreciate it later though, Alex. When you're not a failure of a blacksmith like I was on the Paladin, you'll appreciate it. When you make yourself a shiny new weapon, it'll all be worth it. Zach, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for being here and hanging out with the stream. I probably don't want to get too close to the graveyard here. I think there are some higher level ghouls. John, watching me made you go again after losing your last character. You know, there's not a lot of time, but when you like the game mode, you like the game mode. It is hard to stay away from it. That's the thing. I think a lot of people are taking a break right now, but like for me, it's hard to think about taking too big of a break. Yeah. We had a priest in the guild just hit level 40 in the random guild that I'm in. It's pretty impressive. Only like 2% of all hardcore characters make it to 40. Yeah, you're gonna wait for official? Yeah, you know, at this point I understand. It's weeks away now. Yeah, a lot of people are waiting. You see, like, there's like hardly anybody on. My guild is like strangely active. Whatever guild I ended up in, they might be one of the guilds that are gonna stay here and like just do the solo self-found thing. I don't know, because for some reason they're still pretty active. Yeah, everyone's waiting. A lot of people don't want to go again on these servers. They want to wait until official comes out. These spiders drop silk for the silk boots. Yeah, I need to make sure if they drop any, I should hang on to it. So far nothing. Zach, if you play retail now and you start like as a Tauren Shaman, will you start in Mulgore or something different? I think that they might still be funneling new players into Exile's Reach. So there's like a new level 1 to 10 starting scenario. That's like the new player experience. So depending on like what account you're on and like how it reads, if you've like hit max level before, you might be forced into Exile's Reach. But I don't know if maybe they didn't change that in 10.1.7 patch. you'll know right away because you'll either get a choice. When you make the character and go to log it in, you'll either get a choice of Exile's Reach or the original starting zone, or you won't. And if you don't get a choice, you're going to do a scenario called the Exile's Reach, which is a pretty fun little scenario that gets you to level 10. It's designed to help new players kind of learn their class and some of the basics of the game and stuff. It's not an awful little slice of World of Warcraft. What I will tell you is that as soon as you're done with Exile's Reach, you're going to talk to Chromie, and you're probably going to want to take Cataclysm Time Walking. That's going to let you play in any of the old world zones all the way to level 60. And it's how I level up my retail characters. I take Cataclysm Time Walking, I pick a zone in the old world that I want to start in, and then I just go. Because otherwise the game tries to funnel you, especially as a new player, it wants to funnel you into the Battle for Azeroth content. Which in my opinion just isn't fun to level through. It's not fun to level a fresh character through the Battle for Azeroth content. And the old world has so many places you can go. And it's just a better, smoother experience, in my opinion, leveling through the old world stuff. Alex, you have to have done Exile's Reach at least once? Okay. There you go. Yeah, that makes sense. Your characters will, if you activate an account that had characters on it, they'll still be there. They won't be level 80. They'll have been squished down to some comparable level with the level squish. So like right now the cap in Dragonflight is 70, but the cap in BFA was 120 before they did the squish. So if you had level 80s hanging out on an account from way back in the day, it's hard to say what level they'll be now. They could be level 20s, they could be level 30s, it's hard to say. It's an interesting question though. Lael, good afternoon man, thanks for stopping by. And yeah, I would advise if you've been away from the game for a while, like, roll up a fresh character. It might be tough and it might feel weird to jump onto one of those existing characters, like, right away. Hello, random chest. Lael, it's going slow, but it's going steady. Yeah, we made okay progress today. Trying to, I think, like, it'd be cool to hit level 25 before tomorrow, like, before doing SFK, because we're planning SFK for tomorrow. It would be cool to hit level 25. I think we might. The thing is, if we want to go that long, I'm going to have to take a break eventually and feed myself. My wife and son are up north this weekend. They left a little bit ago. And so, yeah, I won't get amazing food made for me by my amazing wife. I'll have to self-sustain. Which means I'll be eating yogurt, bread, cheese, and meat sticks. But I'll still have to eat at least that. It would be cool if one of these guys was a vendor. Yeah, solo self-found food. Never as epic as food made for you. Yeah. Solo, at least it's not solo not found food. That would be sad. Alright, so we still have pygmy. Man, we just, all the spiders, when they're not dropping any of their items. Let's head down the coast here. Maybe we get more lucky with these guys. Yeah, I don't know. Will I be playing all weekend? I mean, I play every day anyway. Yeah, I usually play every day. I usually stream every day. I don't know if I'll play more than I normally would. I'll probably have to, the thing is, like, I'll probably have to play less. Because I'll be getting hungry and thirsty, and I'll have to stop and do things that, like, normally my wife somehow finds the time in her day to, like, throw food at me, and it's always delicious. And so without that, without them here, I probably play less, unfortunately. You know? Without the support, it's gonna be harder to play longer. Rod, good afternoon, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Saturday is the SFK run, so yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow, you know, sometime in the afternoon, my time. Yeah, my wife definitely facilitates me playing. Yeah. When I ended my stream yesterday after only 2 hours, I came upstairs to find her making a BLT. And she seemed disappointed that my stream had been so short. She was like, "You're done, but I'm making this BLT to feed you." I was like, "Whoops, can I still have the BLT?" And then she threw it on the floor. No, I ate it. It was delicious. It was a triple-decker BLT. Johnny, good afternoon, man. Thanks for being here. Nick, thanks for being here, man. Am I going to do BFD? Yeah, we will eventually. We're going to do SFK tomorrow. And then between Stockades and BFD, I'm not sure like which one we would do next. But we are definitely going to do every dungeon that we can. Until there's nobody left to group with. The kind of the sad reality of it is, and I think tomorrow will be okay, because tomorrow will be a weekend day. But the reality of it is, on any other day, looking at the /who, there might not be a lot of people to group with. Because as we get closer to the official launch, like less people are going to go again, less people are going to play here on Bloodsail Buccaneers. So I want to do as many dungeons as we can, but that will be limited by, you know, people being able and on to play. Which they might not be after a time here. Kargaz made people go to private servers again? How would he do that? I thought Kargaz had deleted all of his YouTube content and vanished. I think that people who are really interested in playing hardcore are going to come play it on Blizzard's official servers. There will obviously be like subsets of people that will go somewhere else. There will always be like communities that form up in other places. But I think that the majority of people who are going to play hardcore going forward are going to play on Blizzard's official servers. Regardless of what like a content creator does. Why did Kargaz delete his content from YouTube? You'd have to ask him. I don't know. Tim, good evening, man. Thanks for being here. Yeah, the thing is, like, when someone is morally clean, and when someone is morally innocent, and they feel morally innocent and morally clean, they don't also feel compelled to take down all of their content. Think about that. Yeah. That's the reality of it is like, if you are a person, you feel morally clean, and you feel like you did nothing wrong, and that's what you believe to be true, you don't take down all your content. You do that when you feel guilty about being called out and caught out in the things that you did, as a way to kind of like scrub things from history. But yeah, who knows, you know. The thing of it is, like, I'm never gonna do anything or say anything that makes me take down all my content. So like, yeah, I don't know. It's old news, Zach. You gotta go Google it. Google Rested XP add-on drama. Rested XP add-on drama. And that should give you some good reading. You want to go down a couple like rabbit holes and stuff. That'll give you some good reading on the Google machine for a little while. It's old news though. Like really old. Yeah, exactly. At this point, it's dust in the wind, yeah. The only Rambles controversy is subjecting people to Chiefs apparel during the football season. Yeah. Yep. I also have a Bills jersey that I'll wear whenever the Bills are playing. So, yeah, you'll see apparel from a couple different teams that I like. Because I don't just root for the Chiefs. I root for a couple of different teams that I like. Sometimes I root for like players, you know. Sometimes I like a couple of the players like specifically, and so I'll root for that team. Like, Josh Allen is probably my favorite quarterback, so... I used to be a Broncos fan back in the days of John Elway, which kind of probably tells you a little bit about how old I am. Yeah, I used to be a big Broncos fan. Like, the way that Josh Allen is like willing to run the ball and able to run the ball kind of reminds me of John Elway, and how he would often just like, man, that guy would just run the ball, man. Any situation that like he couldn't get out of or throw out of, he was fine just running it. We can't talk too much about football. It'll make the NFL mad. Nice, Johnny. The same barren wasteland. Excellent. That's a good way to describe your home environs. A desolate wasteland. With every day of summer, it probably feels more and more barren and more desolate. I was gonna give them fortitude, but my reflexes were not quick enough. Oh, they stopped. There you go. Fortitude for you, fortitude for you. What happened to the Pally? Nothing. I retired the Pally. I retired him at the ripe old level of 47. And I sent him off to the Mancrick server cluster, where he will forever live out his days in Booty Bay. See, with as few people as there are, we still have competition for the pygmy venom webs, which is unfortunate. Because there aren't a lot of them. Oh, Johnny, your mage died. You can't blame your wife, though. We can't blame other people for what happens to us in hardcore. We have to take full responsibility. Yep. We have to take full responsibility. It sucks though, man. I'm assuming you're gonna wait to go again until official comes out. Tactical, it's 126. Yeah. We're basically good to skin anything right now at our level-ish. It's been a work in progress, but it's not awful. The good news is we are all done with this one. Let's head down the road and we'll get it turned in, and then we have to turn in and back in town. Can you group with friends in the official hardcore? Yes, you can group with anybody you want, whenever you want, however you please in the official hardcore. Because it is an MMO, and Blizzard would like to keep it that way. So yes, there are no restrictions on grouping. Yeah, some of them, like the level 21 guys, needed 105, but the level 20 and 19 ones I've been able to skin. So, but by skinning the ones I was able to skin, eventually we got ourselves up to 127. Now we should be good for anything. But yeah, at first there were ones that I couldn't skin here. Ouch. Full inventory and nobody here is a vendor. How sad. Let's go ahead. Well, we could have used this, but we got buffed by the mage. Do we need the spider meat? I think we do need the spider meat. I don't really want to drop anything. Dakota, I could delete my Hearthstone? Yeah. I could. If I delete my Hearthstone, what'll happen is I won't remember to pick up another one. So, I'd rather just hang on to it. We're probably not going to be doing much fighting on the way back anyhow. And hopefully we won't run afoul of Stitches. Yeah. We probably want to be a little bit wary. Yeah, I don't like how these guys are squaring up for a fight here. I feel like he's about to come at us any second. The dragon in the middle of the zone? You know, I've never seen the dragon yet. I don't know that I've gone to the middle of the zone at all, ever in Classic. I don't even know if I've ever revealed the map. It's unfortunate that, you don't get sent up there for any reason, you know? have I ever played Hearthstone the game? I checked it out when it first came out a long time ago. From what I understand these days, it's just a way to get money out of people. It's basically pay to win at this point, from what I understand. Look at this. Hey, we got to watch him go down. Oh, this level 42. I don't know, like, what he was thinking about. He was thinking that, yeah, that he's not playing hardcore, so he didn't really care if he got killed or not. He's got big nothing. He does not have the add-on enabled right now. Alright, do we want to be doing more stuff here? I feel like the next stuff I want to do is maybe to step foot into the wetlands, at least to do the Elga's Gauntlet and stuff. I don't know if I want to push any more here, now that we are done with the green stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, like, any changes you'll see because of the Microsoft acquisition will probably be a couple years in coming. It's probably not going to be a lot that happens, like, super fast. It would be cool to, like, not let them sell, like, single cards for, like, 20 or 25 bucks and call it a microtransaction. That would be cool. Maybe, like, keep the prices of made-up items, like, that don't actually exist, keep those prices sensible. Could be a way to just, or just don't sell shit that can help people win the game at all. That would be cool too, but I mean, with a card game, that's what it's about. But when they let you buy, like, specific cards for a high amount of money, like, it's pretty obvious what's going on. Do I need any of the junk in my bags? Spider Ichor, I don't think I need. I just want to get rid of a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I mean, sure, you shouldn't be able to buy specific cards, but then I even think about, though, like, if you were playing Magic the Gathering, you could go to your local card shop, and you could definitely do just that, you know? Oh, there's the best card in the game. I'm gonna buy it. So yeah, like, a part of it is, like, that's kind of how card games have always been, but when it's a digital card game, it feels even worse. It feels even worse. It's bad enough to spend $100 on a physical card, but hey, at least you have the physical card. Maybe it has cool artwork on it, but when it's a digital card, a digital item, it feels really bad. Yeah. Overwatch is going on to Steam. Yeah. All that will probably happen, though, is, like, you'll click Overwatch in Steam, that will fire up Battle.net, and then you'll launch from Battle.net. Like, you're probably still gonna launch from the Battle.net browser. It's just that the button in Steam is gonna... It's like Final Fantasy XIV. If you have it through Steam, clicking the button in Steam opens up the login box for Final Fantasy XIV, and then you log in through their clients, like you normally would. So... Okay, so yeah, I think I'm done here. I think I'm done here for now. I'm pretty sure we're gonna take a flight. I might put myself on a long flight and step away to have a bite to eat and stretch my legs a bit. We're approaching 2 hours. I would like to play for more today, but in order to do that, I do have to step away for a bit. With my wife not here, I don't have an amazing person to make me food, so I'm gonna have to take care of myself. It's gonna be rough. So yeah, I think I'll jump on a flight point for Thelsmart. It's gonna be a 6-minute flight point. I may or may not be back by the end of it. Maybe 7 to 10 minutes. I'll pin a comment. Let's see, the time now is 3:15. Let's say I'll be back for sure by 3:25 EST. Oh, there we go. Robert, you're muted. If you guys want to hang out for a bit while I go eat and jump on this flight, I'd appreciate it. If you can't hang out, if you gotta go, it was nice having you here, and I appreciate it. So yeah, let me do this. I'm gonna go away for a bit, and I will be back soon. Hey guys, thanks for hanging tight. I appreciate it. Let's see. Alright, I will take down the pinned comments. And we should be good to go. Yeah, for the notification stuff, like, I don't know how to get YouTube to, like, be more active about telling you guys about the stream. All I can think is, like, I can schedule them a little bit longer in advance. But ultimately, it feels like even if you ring the bell, like, YouTube will or will not show you the stream until it's live. I did start the stream early. Yep. Basically, like, when I schedule a stream, it's kind of placeholder. Which I know, like, that probably sucks for some people who would rather have it be at, like, the same exact time, starting on time, every single day on time. But that's not really, like, how I am, like, unfortunately, as a person. Like, I lived that life for a long time, having to be somewhere on someone else's time. And I didn't want to become my own boss that I hate. The last thing I want is to, like, have a set schedule and then have a day when I kind of don't want to get on then, but kind of feel obligated to do that. And then I kind of detest myself as the schedule maker, and it's not going to lead to, like, a fun stream. I would rather have it up at 2 o'clock as a placeholder, and then if I feel good about getting on early, I get on early. If I can't get on at 2 o'clock, I push it back. And for me, that's just how it has to kind of be. Because I don't want to like detest myself, like, oh, why'd I schedule it for then? Now I can't do this or that. Now I have to cut my workout short. You know, I already kind of like did that whole life, and I decided that I didn't want to do that anymore. So, like, I try to fish at the beginning, or do like other innocuous stuff, because I know that, like, once the stream is actually live, YouTube is gonna, like, show it to more people. And so yeah, I try to do what I can, you know, especially when I start early, to take like 20 or 30 minutes and we just stand there and we fish. But it does suck that YouTube is not better about notifying you guys. Jason, when you had your channel, it became more work and less fun? Yeah, I mean, that hasn't happened to me yet, but I try to avoid things that will make it that way. In telling myself and everyone else that I'm definitely going to be live at this definite time every single day would be one of the things that would make it less fun for me. And it would feel like a job, and this isn't a job. This is something that I love to do. And so yeah, I don't want to take steps that make it more like a job. And locking myself in would definitely do that. Yeah, Jason, that's a bad feeling to have. I don't know what that feels like. Because, like, for me, especially, like, there will be times of a day when I don't want to play. Like, especially when I was doing just the immersive recordings. Like, sure, there were some mornings that I'd wake up and I'm like, yeah, I don't feel it right now. So, you know, I would go do my workout instead, or I would take the dogs for a walk. And then that let me, but at some point during the day, I was going to want to play. And, like, that's kind of what I know about myself. Is like, yeah, there might be a moment or a time in a day when I don't want to get on this game. But there's going to be many, many moments throughout the day when I do want to get on the game. And I'm lucky enough now to be able to kind of play it by ear like that and get on when I want to get on. When I know I'm going to have the best experience. Yeah, it's never felt like work to me. And that's probably the reason I've been able to do it for as long as I have. You know, I think if it had ever started just to feel like work, like just a job, like I wouldn't have been able to keep doing it. We got a corpse. This is a reminder, a death omen. We have a dead little person here. Possibly human. Looks human, warrior, or paladin. Chop Halley, probably a paladin. I don't know how you get a paladin killed here. I don't know how you get a paladin killed. But yeah, here they are. Yeah, Johnny, I hear you. Like, and I think that's the difference, right? The difference is, like, I would play WoW anyway. You know, because it's like, yeah, I don't have to go anywhere. I don't, like, for me to do this, I don't have to do anything that I wouldn't normally do. And so I think that that's obviously, like, that does become work when you have to do a thing for content creation that is not something that you would normally do, that is not something you even really want to be doing, but you kind of have to do it for the content, then yeah, that would be work, and I would not be able to do that. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it. Should we go a little bit farther, or should we wait for respawns? I really don't want to fight my way back into this area. It seems like that's where you go to die. It seems like a little kill box back there. Yeah, Jason, I think the best way to do it is, like, you gotta be able to make content by doing what you would normally do, by playing how you would normally play. And it has to, in order to do it every day, it has to just feel natural. If it doesn't feel natural, like, you can try to, like, keep working at it to see if you can get it to that point. But yeah, it has to be natural, I think, in order to, like, keep doing it. Especially, like, when you work a day job and it's supposed to be like a hobby, and you have limited time. I think it's important that it feels natural, like something you would do anyway. Something you would do anyway, but you press record, you know. Let's see if we can nab him by himself. He's ranged, so probably not. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, looks like he came alone. Yeah, I mean, whenever I see a dead pally, I just kind of think, like, how did lay on hands and a bubble and a potion, because you gotta have potions, not save you? That's all I wonder. I'm just like, how? How? We've gotten out of so many bad things on the paladin. Although there was that one time that we ran into the water, and the bubble and lay on hands and the potion were not going to be enough, and we were dead. And then we discovered a new area, and we dinged. Remember that, guys? You guys remember that time we dinged in Hardcore WoW and it saved our character's life? Yep. It's the only thing that I've ever clipped and put up on the channel as a clip. Because it'll never happen again. Yeah, he could have DC'd. Yep, that's one way a paladin could die. I would believe that. He either DC'd or he AFK'd, maybe. Unless he, like, looking at where his body is, like, maybe if he were all the way back inside of that area, and he aggroed everyone all at once, like, between the casters and the melee, they might have been able to kill him. Ah, man, we got nothing back here, nothing going on back here. I thought there'd be a couple more enemies. Maybe we are just gonna have to kind of hang out and hope for respawns. I don't know. Just need a couple more grunts. Where's the clip? Somewhere on my channel. Yeah, it's somewhere on my channel. It's like the only like shorter thing that I have. I think it was like 1 minute and 40 seconds. And I'm not even sure it made it into the Paladin playlist. I think it's just like a standalone 1 minute and 40-second video. It would have been from a couple of months ago. I don't even know what I named it. I don't even know what I titled it. Probably something stupid and not very imaginative. Ivan, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you for being here. With my camera angle, I never see this guy up here. I do need to roll the camera out a bit. I hate playing the game so zoomed out, and I've been kind of spoiling myself until now. I've been playing really close in because I prefer it this way. But I've stumbled upon this guy twice now. So, you know, it might be okay to roll the camera back a bit, as much as I don't want to. Somehow we got the tag. I tried to cancel the cast at the last minute to let him have it. But somehow we got the tag off. And my buffs are off. I called myself out on that one. One of the first times that's ever happened. Well, I mean, this is okay. It's not ideal. Strongest class? Strongest class, you're probably looking at one of them. Strongest character, I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, for hardcore, especially the priest and the paladin are probably the most survivable classes. They're not powerful necessarily in like dealing a bunch of DPS really quickly. Well, the priest kind of is, but more just for like pure survivability. Do I need any more grunts? I don't need anything. I can get out of here. We can stop fighting orcs. Yep. Now, where does this one turn in? Oh, we're not done. Oh, we need to finish traveling. Okay. We need to finish traveling. That's why there's no turn-in. Sismico, you liked the DK? That's awesome, man. I'm glad so many people are enjoying the Death Knight, because I really am. Yep, I'm enjoying the Death Knight. I'm enjoying seeing Ashenvale. So that's great. Thanks for being here, also. Yeah, I mean, the DPS of the Paladin is garbage. Yeah, like, survivability-wise, it's definitely the Paladin. But the good thing about the Priest is that, like, you're not F-tier DPS. Like, you're like C-tier or something. You're a little bit further up there. And you're also very survivable. I mean, the Mage might be the most powerful, but the Mage requires patience. Yeah, which I don't have a lot of. Because the Mage is like A-tier DPS. And you get so many tricks to survive. So many ways to get out of trouble. Rod, you're DK tanking in Wrath? That's awesome, man. I couldn't figure out Death Knights in Classic. I'm not smart enough, it turns out. Like, I couldn't figure out the rune cadence. I couldn't figure out how to manage my runes. That's it. Yeah, I couldn't figure it out at all. Like, I got through their starting experience, and like, I felt clueless. I felt like in Classic, if I could start a Death Knight at level 1 and get fed the abilities a lot more slowly, then I probably could have figured it out. But man, I wanted to be able to play it. Like, I just don't think I'm smart enough. But in retail, it's a little bit easier. Like, all of my runes are just unholy runes. I don't have to worry about like my different types of runes correlating to like different abilities. And I felt like that was a thing in Wrath that I like had to do that I couldn't do. Johnny, you turned on the DK last night, low volume, and you were out like a light? That's awesome, man. When I hear that my content can help people get to sleep like that, like, that's kind of one of the things that I aim for. Especially now that we stream and I can do a lot of my talking with you guys, like, in the stream, I don't feel the need to, like, talk as much during the immersive stuff. Unless it's very strictly about the game. Alex, you were ranked 2 as DPS in Wailing Caverns, though? Yeah. But, you know, eventually you're going to be level 47. Eventually you're going to be level 47. And then comparatively to other classes, it's not going to be good. You'll do better than I did because you'll have a good weapon, but yeah, ultimately the Paladin's like one of the weakest classes in the game as far as like how much DPS they have the potential to put out. Seal of Command's working for you. Yeah, I felt stronger early on. You know, early on in leveling, like, I felt pretty strong. I didn't feel as strong as, like, an arms warrior, but I didn't feel bad. But as we leveled, it just it got worse and worse, though. That's all. That's why it's diminishing returns on, like, your level ups. And ultimately, like, the numbers are what they are. Yeah. I mean, I think it can feel okay. It can feel okay, and if you have, like, an awesome weapon and you have your spec right, it probably feels okay. But the problem is that ultimately, you know, even though it feels okay, you're dealing like half of the DPS as, say, a mage. Or, say, a fury warrior. You know, the fact of it is, like, it could probably feel okay. But you're going to be dealing, like, half the damage, potentially, of like, something like a mage or a warrior. And that part stings a little too much. It stings to think that, like, no matter what your skill level becomes, ultimately you're kind of maxed out by what the class is capable of. Because, yeah, that was definitely my personal experience, was that in the early game, like, it was good. Like, we had a boring rotation, but we killed stuff pretty quickly. And so I don't mind God, I'm auto-wanding, it's the most fun I've had. So, like, I don't mind a boring rotation, that never bothered me. What bothered me is, like, as we leveled, just, like, things took longer and longer and longer and longer to kill. And we burned more and more and more mana. And had to drink more and more often. As opposed, you kind of want the opposite to be true. You kind of want to have to drink, like, a lot early on, but then to get more powerful and reach a point where, like, you have to refill your mana less, you have to heal a little less. And, like, those things never developed on the Paladin. Never got there with it. Oh, I should have picked up the Green Warden quest, right? Ah. Oof. Big oof. I think we'll get sent back out anyway, but yeah, I should have grabbed that. But yeah, hey guys, look, we're in the Wetlands. We've made it. We've made it to do some Wetlands questing. We haven't died. I need to rebind that key. There we go. Perfect. Alright, there's our last time on thumbnail. Favorite expansion? It's TBC now. It's only TBC now because we got gypped on TBC Classic, and I always feel like, you know, we didn't get enough time with it. So now I'm nostalgic for TBC. So now TBC is my favorite expansion. I don't know if that would have been true, like, prior to Classic, though. I don't know. It's hard to say. Yeah, TBC might have been always. I think TBC, like... Yeah, like, I started playing in vanilla, but, like, TBC was when I really, like, sunk into the game, and, like, a lot of my formative memories of the game are from TBC. So yeah, probably Burning Crusade. And also, the Horde got Blood Elves. Like, nothing better has ever happened to the game than the Horde getting to play Blood Elves, and having, like, just an attractive race to play. Yeah. That's probably the best thing that ever happened. Because my friends in my guild, we were Horde side. We had to be on the Horde side, so... Not a lot of good options. Here's the crocodile that's waiting for night elves that are trying to make the run into the Dwarven and Human lands. He patrols right here on this bridge, and he kills anyone who comes by. Yeah, the Horde got Paladins, the Alliance got Draenei. For a brief shining moment, it seemed like all was going to be right with the world. And so yeah, probably TBC. Yeah, we didn't get new races in Wrath of the Lich King. I mean, we got a new class that, like, some people are able to play. And some people who, like me, you know, we can't play it. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's like vanilla, but with more cool stuff in it. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, like, except for, you know, people have problems with, like, they took the elite villages and they made the elite villages non-elites. Like Pyrewood villages. So people don't like that. That's like, I think that's one of people's biggest criticisms of TBC. One of the only real ones that I've heard is like some people don't like that they made all the elite quests non-elite. But like otherwise, it's still pretty vanilla, you know? Things were a little bit finer tuned as far as like the classes and stuff, but none of the big drastic changes like what you saw going into Wrath of the Lich King. Any Cata enjoyers? I'm sure there are some. I'm gonna enjoy Cataclysm enough, you know? I'll play it. It's not my favorite. I wish they would call it Cataclysm Reforged and just do a re-release of it and not call it Cataclysm Classic, but you know. The other thing is, do I like Outland more than I like Northrend? It comes back to what I said, where like I have more formative memories of the game. Like my foundations in the game are in Outland, like I think. Whereas yeah, I played a ton of Wrath, obviously. That was the biggest part of my raiding days, was in Wrath of the Lich King. But like when I like started to get sunk into the game, that happened a lot in TBC. When I knew it was a place that I was going to live for a long time. You know. Dakota, you think leveling in Cata is too fast? I don't know. I don't know, because I'm a person who I don't even feel like leveling in retail is too fast anymore. I think the leveling in retail is good. I think it gives you enough time to learn your class, it gives you enough time to see some of the world, and then they put you into the new content. And then you do that. So like, is Cataclysm leveling too fast? I don't know. Hey, we're gonna find out. Yeah, we're gonna be leveling lots of characters in Cata to see all the zones that I've never seen on the Alliance side. So we're gonna find out how fast it is to level a character. But I still have this feeling it's gonna be a long journey. Yeah, I'm still thinking it's gonna be like 80 hours. Anybody got any numbers to toss out? I'm pretty sure like Cataclysm leveling, especially Cataclysm leveling without heirlooms, which we might not have, depending on how much like Wrath I play before Cata, we might not have heirlooms. I think it's going to be 80 hours still. So, yeah. I think like, I'm talking like front to back leveling, like level 1 to level 85. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll get to see and experience it again. I don't think Cata was hated. No, I don't think so. When we talk about expansions being hated, people, you know, expansions that were hated, Warlords of Draenor, Shadowlands. Some people hated BFA. You know, but I don't think Cataclysm was hated. Like, I remember liking Cataclysm a lot when it came out. It was the natural I think people's problems with Cataclysm are modern problems, where we don't feel like it's classic WoW anymore. But when Cataclysm came out, I liked it. It was good. It was an evolution of the game I was playing. You know, we got to see the reforging of the old world. So yeah, I loved Cata when it came out. I had a ton of fun with it. But I think people's problems with it are like classic related. You've always wondered why the question mark is the quest complete icon and the exclamation point is the start icon. Shouldn't it be the other way around? The exclamation point implies that like, hey, like they're trying to like get your attention, like, hey, adventurer. You know, that's what I've read this as, is that they have something for you. They're kind of like looking at you, pleadingly, looking into your eyes, like, please help me. You know? But yeah, fair point. Mop was bad? I don't think anybody thinks that, Mike. You didn't like Mop? Sometimes I feel like people say Mop is like their favorite expansion. I haven't heard a lot of negative things about Mop. Mop isn't when they redid the talent trees, right? They did that in Cataclysm, didn't they? Some people don't like pandas, and like that's fair. That's fair enough. I didn't play a lot during Mop. I took a break from the game. Me and my buddy leveled up Pandarans, you know, monks. He was a tank, I was a healer. And we leveled up as fast as we could. And that came off a time in my life where I had been playing a lot of the game already. And I burned myself out leveling that panda. I burned myself out. We were doing like one of the holiday events or something on him. I was healing this holiday event. We were having a horrible time that day, and then I was like, okay, I need to take a break from WoW. And I took a break until Warlords of Draenor came out. Yeah, I missed MoP. See, if I get to play MoP Classic, a lot of that stuff will be brand new to me. Because not only did I never read any of the quests, I never really did any of the dungeons, I never touched any of the raids. Like, yeah, I have zero memories of MoP except for grinding up those initial characters. And then my wife actually started playing WoW in MoP, and I wasn't playing at the time she had started playing. So yeah, MoP Classic would be new to me. Ah, the third fleet. Oh, he gives us a breadcrumb to go see the Green Warden. Well, that's nice. The flight point, yeah. Did I grab it? I ran around, but yeah, maybe I didn't grab it. We're good. Yeah, we got it. And then what's over here? Oh yeah, Saida's bag. Digging through the ooze. Do I want to run all the way out here and do this stuff first? Or do I want to tackle the Murlocs right nearby? Let's handle the Murlocs and the young Crocolisk first. And then we'll get the Elder Crocolisk, and then we'll head out to the Green Warden a little bit later. I hear that all the time, Lael. Yeah, that Throne of Thunder was an incredible raid, and I never did any of the raids. Yeah. I would love to, like, get into MoP. You know, in a couple years we'll have MoP Classic. and then I could do some of the raids. That'd be cool. Maybe I'll play that monk healer that never got to heal a raid. I remember the class was a lot of fun. Like, I remember healing on it. It seemed really cool. But I just got burned out with the game. Legion was good. I liked the Legion Order Hall stories. I thought having those class stories in the Order Hall was really awesome. And it was really sad when I realized that was going to be an expansion feature that didn't continue forward. Because in my mind, that was just like a natural addition to the game, that you would have this class hall, that you'd go interact with other people of your class, you'd do stories with them, learn things about the history of your class, etc. Like, I thought that was awesome. And yeah, then when those were not going to be in the game, like, I was like, oh, so that's how it is, Blizzard. That's how it is. I see now. That's when, like, I realized the concept of, like, bolt-on features that were not going to persist, like, into the future. You know, and then we drained our artifact weapons, and, like, the thousands of hours of AP you grinded, it didn't matter anymore. Then they wanted you to do it again in BFA. Yeah. Legion was conceptually really cool, but then, like, tech from a system standpoint, it was when the game started to kind of go to shit, you know? With the AP grind for the artifact, it was when the game when the system part of the game started to go bad and take a turn that people were not going to ultimately appreciate. Yeah, garrisons were Legion. Or not Legion, Warlords. I was so excited for garrisons when I heard about them, because I thought, hey, player housing. That's going to be really cool, isn't it? Wouldn't you like to have a little house to hang out in? Invite your friends to and kind of like hang out? Maybe we'll have guild housing. That'd be really cool. And then that's not what garrisons were. I think garrisons were a place where I was supposed to go like farm my professions or something. I never figured out what the fun was supposed to be of the garrison, so I stopped doing stuff on my garrison. Because I didn't understand what part of it was supposed to be fun, enjoyable content that I'd want to do, but I think it had something to do. I know there was like a little cave nearby, and I could go in there every day and I could mine some ore, and it felt like I had to do that every day, because if I didn't, I was missing out. Yeah. It was like, and it was something that was supposed to be really cool. But then the other thing happened too, I was like, oh yes, you have this garrison, but you're not going to be using this garrison in the next expansion. It's gone, you know? And let's face it, like, even if the garrisons had been really good, they still would have got rid of them. You know, even if the garrisons had been awesome and very well received, they still would have disappeared. Because people liked the order halls a lot, and those disappeared completely from the game. It was like, it was the creation of just bolt-on stuff. Bolt-on stuff that wasn't going to push the game forward and stay in the game. It was just going to be little stuff to go on the back of the box that they could scrap after the expansion and not have to work on anymore, you know? We don't have to maintain the garrison team because we don't have garrisons anymore, so that's like less people we have to pay next time around. Otherwise, we got to pay the garrison people forever, and we got to pay the class order hall people forever, like all these developers now that we need to maintain. So that's when the idea of like just throwaway systems came into play. Because then you just have one team, the throwaway system guys, and those guys make a throwaway system every single expansion, and then you just keep those guys. You don't have to keep having teams who specialize in the prior systems and stuff like that. That's how I read it. My troll senses are tingling. And that's all it takes. What expansion was it that we had multiple Hearthstones? Was that Legion that we got the dollar on Hearthstone? Every time I log into Wrath of the Lich King, like I check my bags and I think, wait a minute, where's my dollar on Hearthstone? Or was that? I know the garrisons. We had the garrison Hearthstone, and we had the dollar on Hearthstone. I thought, and we had our Hearthstone. So where did the dollar on one come from? Was that Legion? It was Legion. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I thought it was Wrath of the Lich King. I was like, I remember leveling through Wrath thinking like, oh, eventually here, like someone in Dalaran will give me a dollar on Hearthstone. It's gonna be awesome for gameplay. And then it never, yeah, the dog alarm went off. Yeah, Mike, it did. He's not barking anymore, but yeah, my wife and son are up north this weekend. So I'm here by myself. So if my dog gets too insistent about anything, I'm gonna unfortunately have to check it out, but he seems to have quieted down this time. He probably saw somebody across the street, like, leave their house or something, and he just wanted to wig out. Yeah, it did kind of happen, like, at the same time, yeah. Jacob, good afternoon, man. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I don't know if we're going to be able to loot that one. Oh, we got it. Ani, I appreciate that. No changes planned anytime in the future. No, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, how we're doing it. That's a cool idea, Dustin. I'm hoping that we eventually get like a season of multi-classing for Classic Era, where you can pick 2 classes, and you have access to both of their talent trees, and like maybe like you pick and choose which abilities you want to learn. But yeah, I want a season of multi-classing or subclassing. Yeah, multi-class or subclass would be really cool. Zax says, by telling him not to change it, it just became a job. No, not no. It becomes a job when someone wants to demand that I'm on at the same exact time every single day, in that exact moment, not earlier, not later. Then it becomes a job. But keeping on is what makes it fun. Keeping on with what we're doing and having a good time is what makes it not a job. Yeah. If I had to change it, then it would be job-esque. I think we can get him alone. Do I work as a voice actor? No, I don't work. Yeah. I don't have what chat calls a normal job. I don't do voice acting, but I do read my son's storybooks. And so the only voice I really have is like my Lego Batman voice. That's the only voice I can really do. In my estimation. Voice acting sounds like it would be a very challenging, tedious, and difficult job. And it's not the kind of job I would want to do. Also, voice acting is acting, so like to get into that industry, like you kind of have to like know people, have connections, already be rich, etc. People like me with my background don't often go on to become voice actors. Not for anything real. I was a training developer and I taught classes for a long time. I taught corporate classes. So that's where I developed my, like, speaking voice, I guess. Alright, that's 12 out of 12. Now we can go south of the road and look for the crocolisks. Or we can just kind of make our way out to the east, which we need to do anyway. Let's get back to the road first. I need to make a call really quick, guys. Just give me 1 second. I'll be muted, but I'll be on my phone for a second here. Sorry about that, guys. Jacob, I appreciate that, man, but probably not in this chat, yeah. Probably not in this chat. I love you guys, but I don't think I have any, like, agents here. Alright, now I gotta go see what my dog's into. I heard him bark, and I heard him tip something over, and now I gotta go. I will be back in a minute. Where can I go that's safe? Nowhere, right? Nope, nowhere's safe. That's the problem. This could be safe, right here where I'm at. But I'm gonna have to risk it. You know, I'll log out, and I'll be right back. He knocked over a fan. Yeah. He managed to knock over a fan. And then he barked at it because it startled him. So, yeah. Zach, your dog hates any device that moves? That moves air, okay. Any device that moves, period. My dog hates the vacuum. Or rather, I think he feels like the vacuum should be like a friend for him to play with. I can't tell which it is, if he hates it or just feels like he should play with it. Apparently now he hates fans, I don't know. I think the fan was like an accident. I think he like got caught up on the cord or something. I don't need raptors, I need crocolisks. Andres, good afternoon, man. Thanks for being here. Oh yeah, no, Johnny, my dog knocked a fan over and he's going a little crazy, so... Sometimes I almost feel like he does things on purpose when he just is up there and he feels lonely. Like, he's up there alone right now. He could come down here, but he doesn't choose to come down here. He chooses to, like, hang out up there. And take any opportunity to bark at anything in the neighborhood that dares to move. Including children, people, cars, buses. Yeah, anything that moves. And the buffs are down again. No, Goomba got to go up north with my wife and my son. No, this is Big Dog. This is DOG, our Texas Blue Healer. He's the really loud, obnoxious one. Goomba barks sometimes, but he's quiet and little. So when he sometimes barks, it's not really anything. Not compared to the other one, which is like, he's like 90 pounds. She howls before she lays down just to tell everybody. That's awesome. Yeah, DOG talks to us constantly. He most people, you'd hear him and you'd think, that dog's growling at you. But like, if you tell him to do something, like, he'll talk to you, like, about it. You tell him to go lay down, he'll have a couple words to say. You know, you ask him if he wants to go outside, he'll have a lot to say about that. He's incredibly and strangely vocal. And he does it with a series of, like, growls and whines that I think, like, most people unfamiliar with him would assume that he wants to kill somebody. But it isn't, he's just trying to talk, which is unusual. Hey Alex, you got Gildies looking for a healer for Deadmines for 2 hours? Yeah. That was how long it took for us to find a healer for our Ragefire run on the Warlock that never happened. It took 2 hours, we finally found a healer, and then our tank got killed. And that was a couple weeks ago. That was before, like, you know, a lot of people just aren't playing the game anymore. The name of the blue healer is DOG. D-O-G. D-O-G. Dog. His name is Dog. Yeah, my wife named him. I told her that you shouldn't give things like a joke name, but I don't think she saw it as a joke name. That's why I named Goomba. Yeah, because we got DOG. Is it Lael? I don't know. No, my wife was just like, oh, let's name him D-O-G. 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 So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's from something or just something that popped into her head. Yeah, D-O-G. Dog. Uh-huh. Yep, his name is Dog. We call him D-O-G, or Dio. You know, I call him Dio most of the time, because Dio sounds like a real name. The D-E-O, look, it's a real name. But yeah, his name is Dog. And then it's like it's a wonder I find him so much more annoying than any other dog I've ever had. Is because when you give a dog a joke name, it like breaks them. It's like giving your character in Hardcore WoW a joke name. You're probably gonna die early on. Somebody is asking me if I want to join a Deadmines. Like, yeah, I'd love to do a Deadmines run again. You know, but I can't. I can't do it because of the stupid made-up rule that we're playing with. I can't do it. Part of me is like, well, I could do it, you know, but I'm not going to. How does the vet react about his name? Everyone just kind of chuckles about his name. They're like, oh, haha. But they're like, oh, haha. You know what I mean? Sometimes if you tell somebody his name's DOG, like, if you don't explain it, they don't really think about it. They might not think about it till like the next day. Like an hour later, they're like, oh, DOG. Because if you say it, you know, with the right inflection and pace, it just sounds like a name. It's only when you slow it down and break it apart does the joke become obvious. Dana, thanks for being here. I appreciate that. Yeah, Johnny. Yep. You knew that already. Yes. I was saying that you naming your mage Murder Tacos just means he's going to die. Earlier than he probably would. Yeah, it sounds silly, but it's true. It's hard to get attached to Murder Tacos in a way that you're going to care about his life, you know? Eventually the day's gonna come where you're just kind of sick of looking at Murder Tacos. You just kind of you're gonna wish it had been named anything else. It's gonna get worse. The higher level Murder Tacos gets, the worse the feeling is gonna get. The last thing you want is a level 57 Murder Tacos. That's what you're gonna realize. I'm still doing it. I would expect nothing less, man. Let us know how far he gets. I don't feel great about a healer named Cheesy Fingers. No, you shouldn't. No, someone needs to put the Cheetos away and actually press the healing buttons. Cheese sandwich. God. I mean, I could never do it. I could never do it. I couldn't do joke names. Because I can't get into the character. I guess like some people don't need that. I have to remind myself that like not everybody actually has to feel like they can get into their character to like play the game. Any Diablo fans here? There's probably 3 of them. Yeah, I think probably about 3 of them. I'm not really one of them. But there might be a couple. 3 or 4, yeah. 3 or 4. I do want to make my way out to this guy, but I kind of thought maybe we would just get this quest done first, but we're just not finding many. And the drop rate is not super good. I feel like we probably have more Diablo critics here than we have Diablo fans by a margin of like 10 to 1. Bronze Tube, engineering by the mill. Alex, I did miss it. It's been one of, every time after I eat like any kind of lunch, I always get kind of like more lethargic and stupider than I was before lunch. It's like part of me always wants to like kind of delay eating so I can keep what little mental sharpness that I possess, because it isn't much. But yeah, especially after I eat and the afternoon drags on, I'm bound to miss more and more stuff. Yeah, Andrews, we're in the Wetlands, which is north of Loch Modan, which is just east of the dwarf starting area. Sig, I used to struggle naming my characters too. Back when I gave them like actual names. Yep, I had the same. It had to be right. It had to be right. It had to fit the character. It was like if it didn't, I was not gonna get into the character. The character was gonna get deleted. So yeah, it was always tricky. I ended up finding like a couple names that I would stick with depending on like the class and the character. But it was always sad when like someone else had all the spellings of those names already on the server. Yeah, I've clicked the randomizer back in the day. Yep. Yep, I'd click it. I feel like as time went on, the randomizer got more and more absurd. Like, farther and farther away from, like, making an actual usable name. But, yeah, I would push it a couple times to see what it came up with. Alright, we got everything we needed from the crocolisks. Let's go turn this one in, we'll pick up the follow-up, and then we should be able to make our way out to the Green Warden and pick up his stuff. Here's another crocolisk waiting to pick off young night elf characters, just hanging out. You know, he's just chilling by the bridge right where you have to walk. He's waiting for you. Your son had a fire mage called Fire Mage. That was lucky. You gotta reserve that one fast. Lael, have a good one, man. Thanks for being here. I always had to have character names, like actual character names, back in the day. And I'd have to have at least like a little bit of an idea about the character. But someone reported it, Dustin, you don't know why. Impersonation? Probably impersonation. Murder Tacos lives. Oh, Jesus. Oh, what's the World of Warcraft in for? Alright, maybe we'll go look for the crates in the Murloc village first. Yeah, we didn't pick that one up before. Maybe that's what we do. Let's clean this up a little bit. Pop that down. Okay. Yeah, let's try to do this stuff over here in the Murloc village really quick. Well, not really quick, but let's do it first. Being a dwarf town guard wearing plate armor in the humid wetlands doesn't sound fun. No, it's not an easy job for anybody. And they probably don't even make $15 an hour. So, yeah, what are you gonna do? It's not great. It's not great. But it's been worse. I think we'll be fine. We'll pop fear again if we have to. Play priest without using power word shield? Yeah, you probably wouldn't want to. You probably wouldn't want to do that. It wouldn't be fun. It would definitely lead to death. There was a glitch that made Psychic Scream freeze them in place instead. Oh, that would be super powerful for hardcore. Yeah, no more risky fears. Item is locked. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay, that's not the quest item. Fair enough. Item is locked. Huh. It's like playing as a warrior without a weapon. It would be comparable to that, yeah. Yep. It's definitely like probably your single most powerful spell on the priest is Power Word Shield. Like single most impactful spell. Is Discipline powerful in Classic? It's powerful in the sense that, like, you become unkillable thanks to improved Power Word Shield. It's not powerful in, like, a damage aspect. As if you wanted to do full Discipline spec, you'd be really, really resilient to damage, but your kill rate would be a bit lower than Go in Shadow. We leveled as a Discipline Priest on my Priest Athos, which was like one of the first characters I played in Classic. And we leveled him all the way to like, I think we were like 48 or so. Just pure Discipline spec. It was slow going, but you know, you go from pull to pull without stopping, and you never die. Dustin, you wish they'd bring back the old gods in a good way? Like, you know, back before we knew everything about the cosmos kind of way? Yeah, I can't even really get interested in any of the lore these days. I think it would take like some kind of world reboot for me to be interested in the lore again. I was interested in the lore when, like, some things were left to mystery. When there were mysteries in the lore and things that they weren't fully spelled out. Now everything is like, you know, we've gone into everything. We've peeled back all the layers of the onion and saw the stupidity and lack of writing beneath all of it. The lack of intelligent writing beneath the entire facade of the lore, basically. So they would have to, like, do a full reset. The way that I would be interested in the lore again is if, like, they somehow rebooted the world by putting us into a different timeline. Like, think about all the timeline stuff that's going on in retail right now. If they somehow just drop us into an entirely different timeline, where the Titans did not do their thing, I just want an entirely different timeline, and then that would be, like, we'd have to learn about that world. Like, we'd have to uncover the lore of this alternate timeline. A place without the Titans, a place without the dragons, you know, just like a different timeline. Where things happened entirely differently. And we kind of plop down into the present of it. Then I might be interested in, like, the lore if it was, like, just kind of a total revamp where they could do something fresh and different. Yeah, they felt like to have the lore build up, they had to keep revealing and revealing and revealing. But, like, ultimately, some things are only interesting when they are a mystery. Some mysteries, like, they're not exciting anymore, obviously, once you know everything that's going on behind the scenes. Yeah, I want the world to feel mysterious again, in a way that it hasn't anytime recently. I think the only way for the world to feel mysterious and unknown, to feel like a place that I want to explore, that I want to see the nooks and crannies of, because I don't know what I'm going to find there. Like, yeah, I want that world, but that would require, like, an entire world reset. I feel like this guy just kind of keeps respawning, like he's the respawn stopping me from getting in here and actually getting this item. Dana, that's a good question, but I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Dustin, we are getting pirates. Yeah. Unfortunately, we probably are getting pirates for 11.0. Yeah, I think 11.0 is going to be the We See the Other Side of Azeroth expansion. I don't think 11.0 is going to be the We Remake the World expansion like people think it's going to be. I'm pretty sure it's just that we're going to get to see another side of Azeroth. In fact, that'll be their tagline for the expansion. See another side of Azeroth. Coming in the winter of beep. You know, you'll get to see another side of Azeroth. I think that's what it is. That'll be the line they use for it. A whole new side of Azeroth you've never seen before. Sail to the distant lands, into the unknown, face mysteries, mayhem, and war. No, they won't do the war thing. It's too edgy. It'll be exploration, fluffy fun times. And the cast will be all Valkyras, all Valkyra pirates, leading us to the fun, happy times on the other side of Azeroth. Why am I fighting these guys? I don't know. I got off on a rant. I got off on a rant and just kept fighting these guys. But we will play it anyway. Yeah. It sucks when that's what you have to say about a WoW expansion. You're like, pirates. But we'll play it anyway. Vulpera pirates, but we'll play it anyway. Yeah, Jack Sparrow. Yeah, every pirate character ever envisioned after that movie is the same. Well, there'll be a Davy Jones. Like, didn't we already do enough pirate stuff, like in Davy Jones stuff with the Kultirans and like Jaina's ghost ship? Didn't we get that out of our system? I thought like that was as close as we needed to get to pirates. I really did. Is that it? Are we done? Yes, we are done. Now we have to fight our way out. It sounds like WoW content to me. No, see, they're not allowed to do alcohol references anymore. After it turned out that all of the senior leadership were basically drunk at work every day doing cube crawls and like harassing associates, they're not even allowed to have quests like that anymore. I'm surprised that they're still allowed to do Brewfest. Because yeah, because their reaction to like people doing bad things is not to punish those people necessarily, but to just like take content out of the game that retroactively makes it seem like those people were never involved with the game. That's what they do. So you won't get any quests about rum anymore. That's old Blizzard. Yep. See, I'm probably missing all of the references because I didn't like the Pirates movies very much. They were okay, I guess. People are drunk in my house all the time, so I get it. Okay, I don't think so. I mean, that might be true, but I don't think we can just say that we get it. I think it's one thing to be drunk at work. It's another. Everything else is another thing. We won't get into it. This is why I don't talk about Blizzard. Yeah, we don't have to get into it. But I think there might be a bit of a difference, hopefully. And if not, then then things need to change at your work too, just like things needed to change at Blizzard. They might not axe it, but they'll change all the alcohol to non-alcoholic beverages. Yeah, it'll be Brewfest, but you'll brew root beer instead of actual beer, etc. It's got to be G-rated now. The game's about, literally it's called Warcraft, but like, well, we can't have any alcohol references anymore. Diet soda, yeah. Gim, that sounds exactly like a line. Yeah, you know what? I encounter strange lines and strange quest texts that are kind of like that all the time, playing Classic and even doing the Old World Cata stuff. You come across quests sometimes and lines that NPCs say, and you think to yourself, if anybody at Activision actually played the game and knew this was in the game still, they'd get rid of it. Because yeah, I've come across all kinds of stuff like that where I'm like, ooh, I can't believe this is even in the game. I can't believe it's even in the game. You know, actually, one of the recent examples of this, there was for the Blue Dragonflight questline, there was a quest called the Drunken Hosen. The Drunken Hosen, which was the name of a tavern in Pandaria somewhere. And I kind of thought, like, really? The Drunken Hosen? I get it. That's a creature. It also sounds like something else when you first start saying it. And I thought that's a weird quest name when they could have named the quest anything not that. So yeah, there's still definitely stuff like that in the game that I feel like if certain people even knew about it, it wouldn't be in there still. This is obviously not going to be better for us. Yeah, a play on words, right. That's what I thought. I'm like, okay, come on. That's really blatant. That's like 12-year-old humor blatant, right? Like, you're a 12 or 13-year-old, and that is blatantly, like, funny to you. And so, if it's blatantly funny to, like, a 12 or 13-year-old, like, why is it this? I thought you guys turned over a new leaf. And that was one of the Blue Dragonflight quests, so that was put into the game, like, really recently. It's kind of strange, you know? Kind of strange. Okay. Now I guess we head out to the Green Warden. Before we do that, guys, I need to step away for like 5 minutes. Yep, I'll be right back. I gotta stretch my legs. I will be back in 5. I will park myself at the inn, and we'll just have a little dance, and then I'll be back in a second. Pardon me. Alright, we are back. Yeah, Sismical, today I was doing Deathstrike a lot more, and yeah, it's, I can see now that it'll eventually probably be good and maybe even sustain us from pull to pull. But yeah, like the healing options, leveling up the old content in retail, the healing options are not very abundant. Which is weird. You'd think they would fix it somehow, like just make all the food be a percentage of your HP. Like if you're doing the Cataclysm time walking, any time walking, any of the food you buy should just heal you like 60% of your health over a certain amount of time. Would take care of that. Because yeah, it can be kind of rough. Joe, you don't want to miss SFK? Well, be here tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow around the same time. And it'll take us a while to get set up and get going. I'll probably do some fishing at the start of the stream so people that don't see the notification have time to filter in. And then we'll have a little bit of traveling to do. We'll have to run from the wetlands up through Arathi and through Hillsbrad, so there will be some time for people to filter into the stream while we're doing that. Yeah, I want to wait on those a little bit, I think. We'll get to them eventually, but yeah, I think I want to start with the Green Warden stuff. See how that goes. No, Joe, we haven't done a lot in Darkshire yet. We've done we did a little bit today, but not a ton of stuff yet. We did mainly just the green quest today. Try to get those knocked out. Patrick, good evening. Thanks for stopping by. No, Red Robin, not at all. Nope. Not in the slightest. Joe, you haven't managed to annoy me yet, man. It's why you're still here. No, the only people that actually manage to annoy me are usually the people that I boot. You know? Now, if you're here, you haven't annoyed me yet, because it takes a lot to annoy me in this setting. So if someone does manage to actually annoy me, like actually bother me, it's usually at a point where I just get rid of them. There's not a lot of other like thought to have in it, you know, because like I said, I don't really get annoyed in this forum very easily. It takes quite a bit. Patrick, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm glad you're digging it. A lot of people seem to be digging it. I really like the class. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying seeing Ashenvale. I've never seen it before after the Cataclysm. In retail on the DK, like, well, I started at level 10 because I played a Lightforged Draenei, which is an allied race. So on an allied race, they pop you out at level 10. I'm pretty sure, like, if you do a non-allied race, you do the original DK starting experience from back in Wrath. And I don't know what level you pop out of that at. I don't even know what level they start you at. They might start you at level 1. Yeah, you don't start at a high level as a DK, I don't think, anymore. Level 8, and then you do 2 levels in the starting area and pop out at 10, or maybe like pop out at 15. No, Joe, I'm not smart enough to play a DK in Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah, I can't track the different runes and stuff like that. So I think I barely got him out of the starting experience. Before I realized that I was just never going to be any good at it. Let's come over here to the south a bit. We'll fight the gnolls for a while and we'll see how that goes. Should be okay. Yeah, the problem with the DK in Wrath is that, like, I just can't learn the class over the handful of levels that it takes for them to give you all of your abilities. I get the abilities too fast. If I could start as a level 1 Death Knight and, you know, get my abilities naturally over time, it would be no problem to learn it. It is hard for me to pick a class up when they literally throw all of your abilities at you all at once, all of your class mechanics all at once, and you're just kind of left to read a guide to figure it out. If you read a guide, I'm sure it comes pretty simply, but it didn't seem like even when I figured it out that it was really going to be something I enjoyed. That was the other part. Oh, we dinged. Yeah, Mind Flay time. Look at that. Now, somebody did tell me once that in the beginning, Mind Flay is not really powerful until you get, like, multiple ranks of it, but we'll see. Now the problem is, like, if we're mind flaying, we're going to be wanding less, so we kind of have to see what this feels like and how much damage it does. That'll determine if we're really going to be using it right now or not. Maybe we just do that, maybe we mind flay once to, like, let them get in range of just hitting us, and then we wand the rest of the way down. It seemed to deal an okay amount of damage. I don't know if I want to sit there and spam it, though. I don't know if I want to sit there and spam it when I can just wand and not use any of my mana. I also feel like I have to open with it or something to really get the benefit of the slow. I have to open with it, which I also don't want to do. We're gonna wait for him to come back. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe when they run. I don't think we super need it right now, like in our rotation. That was okay, but I just kind of wonder if wanding would not have been better, just because it probably would have been more damage. I feel like maybe it'll get better when we have higher ranks of it. Yeah, okay, you know, yeah, we did the talent, that's fine. 24, rank 24, we never trained. Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't think we ever trained level 24. I trained 20 and 22 at the same time, and then I don't think I ever went back and trained 24. Probably would be a good idea to do that before SFK. So yeah. My tailoring skill, not very high. We haven't worked on it recently. I have a bunch of stuff in the bank, and I'll probably work on it. Maybe I'll work on it tomorrow when we first get on. That way we can work on that while we're waiting to get SFK together. And maybe we'll even be able to make ourselves a few upgrades, depending on. I think I have some stuff stashed in the bank, and we have quite a bit on us. We have a lot of wool, so that's promising. Is Mage Weaving classic? Yes. Yep, Silk and then Mage Weave. And then Rune Claw? Johnny, I told you that joke-named characters are cursed, man. I'm pretty sure that the bag drop just proved it. So, you know, keep playing at your own risk. How's the mine flank? It's underwhelming so far. Yeah, I think it'll be... Somebody told me that it gets better the higher up in ranks it gets. Right now, like, it's good for this, I guess. Like, they run away, we can do a little bit of damage and slow them down. Besides that, like... Ooh. Uh-oh. I have to... Unfortunately, I have to intercede here. Yeah, I can't risk it. You were probably fine. I just got scared. Murder Tacos is doomed. Don't die. Right now it's probably not. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's more DPS right now. Maybe eventually it will be. As we level up and it gets spell ranks, and as our wand gets weaker and weaker and farther beneath us, then maybe we got hyper spawns here. It's not good. Lots of hyper spawns. Yeah, lots of hyper spawns. Oh, Joe, it is Alex. Yeah. Now, the first time I went to heal him, I didn't realize that until I hovered over him. So I was gonna heal him no matter who it was. So there's that. Are there still a lot of people playing? Nah, not really. Not really. I mean, you got to think about it. It's after work time here. It's 5 p.m. EST on a Friday, and there are not a lot of people playing. Yeah, we're gonna see less and less people on these servers right up until the launch of the official ones. We're gonna get to watch the entire server die. It's gonna be a unique experience that we'll probably only get to have once. Yep, Bloodsail will be returned to the role players, so it'll still be here. But it will be what it was rightfully meant to be, which was a roleplay realm. There's 39 in the gnome starting area? That's not bad. Yeah, hey. Not a lot of people in the 20s, but having 39 people, I mean, it's not, you know, a couple of weeks ago, it would have been like 100 people. But it's not nothing, right? Probably need to move over here a little bit and find a place with more of the regular old gnolls and not the mongrels. Seems like there's more mongrels over here than anything else. No, that's a gnoll. Maybe it's an even spread. Maybe it's an even spread. Do I want to take a 2-pull? Why not? we've managed to get ourselves a little bit surrounded. Yeah, the respawns are pretty crazy here, but it's not awful. Because, you know, it's getting the quest done a lot faster than us having to travel around, but it's pretty dangerous. This is the last one we need, and then we're going to get out of here. Alright, let's go turn this one in. Alex, don't get killed out here, man. Don't get killed out here. Think about that SFK run tomorrow. I actually didn't notice when it started raining here. Yeah, it seemed like you were making pretty short work of them. Enjoy it while it lasts, man. Enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah, the best times I had on the Pally was like in the wetlands when we found that blue axe. When we found that blue axe, that was like our good times. That was when stuff was dying quick. I don't really want to fight this thing. It probably has fireballs. Let's kill this one guy and get the bag right away. And that way we'll be done with the quest, right? That's how it's gonna happen. That's my heal bar. Not gonna help very much. It didn't happen. Couldn't be that easy. Yeah, I'm not going near those whelps. I'm sure the fireballs would be devastating. At level 25, it'd be bad. Alright, guys, it has been a fun time, but I think I have to get off of here for today. I need to actually eat some actual food, would be good. And have a couple other things I want to do, so I'm going to jump off of here. Thank you guys so much for being here and for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate all of you. And as always, take care of yourselves out in the real world, and take care of each other. And we'll see you back here again tomorrow. Bye until then.